Right. So I just want to thank you guys for subscribing. I want to thank you for visiting the website. I want to thank you for joining. I want to thank you for volunteering. If you didn't, if you haven't been keeping up with the times, our children are falling further behind when it comes to their reading skills, and um, black children in particular are at the end of the line as usual. And so we all need to sound the alarm. This is all hands on deck. All hands on deck. We need to all come together and try and do something to get our children up to par. Um, because reading is the first step. If you don't know how to read, I think most of you would agree that there's not much else you can do. Um, So the last time you tuned in, you remember I was going to read all about the author regarding Dr. Claude Anderson's book. We're going over Paranomics. We're going to be reading that Dr. Anderson's book, Paranomics, because the organization focuses on group economics and group politics. And when it comes to our children, we try to make them proficient in reading because without reading, group economics and group politics don't mean a thing. And um, if you know anything about the NAPE, the National Report Card Organization, they're known as, they came out with their 2022 scores or statistics on reading and other academic courses that our children take. And our children are falling behind, and our organization specifically focuses on black children, and black children are falling way behind. They're double digits behind other groups of children. So we're going to dive into about the author, and we're going to read about the author, and then we're going to take a pause and then come back, and we're going to start reading chapter one on another at another session. So, Dr. Claude Anderson is widely recognized as one of America's most influential intellectuals and authors. His work has made Black history popular with all age groups. His books, Black Labor, White Wealth, The Search for Power and Economic Justice, is the foundation for the programs, policies, and research solutions of the Harvest Institute, a national Black think tank of which he is president. He is a regular guest on radio and television talk shows and lectures frequently to business groups, universities, churches, and social organizations on economic and political solutions that he proposes. Dr. Anderson's experiences span education, business, and all levels of government. He served as state coordinator of education for Governor Reuben Askew of Florida during the tumultuous years of integration. President Jimmy Carter appointed him to the rank of an assistant secretary in the U.S. Department of Commerce, where he chaired a commission that funded and directed economic development activities for governors. He was the he was the executive director of two economic development organizations for the city of Miami, Florida. As the highest ranking black on the planning committee for the 1988 Democratic Convention, he awarded 37% of contracts to blacks, a record that has never been broken. A, a United States Marine, he was safety and survival instructor specialist in the Marine Air. He is a certified pilot and has and held numerous championship titles in wrestling, judo, and karate, and was a member of the Black Belt Federation during the 1950s through the 1960s. As an entrepreneur, he designed and constructed radio stations, um, aquaculture, and other businesses. So that's a little bit about the author, about Dr. Anderson, Dr. Claude Anderson. If you don't have this book and you're serious about economics and you're serious about politics, you need to get Dr. Anderson's books and follow him. His teachings and his writings are very easy to understand. Why hasn't most of, if not all of his recommendations been implemented since he started writing his books? I have no idea. But anyway, in our organization, this is one of the things that we teach. We will be imparting to our members and our children. We will be increasing their knowledge in group economics. We'll be increasing their knowledge in group politics, and we're going to make them competitive. That's the whole gist of our organization, is to make um, our children competitive. And the first thing that we have to do is get them proficient in reading. And we do take our children very seriously. Um, and we hope Black America takes us very seriously. We're asking to be made um, that group that is looked to come up with solutions and and answers as to why these children are not at a certain level when it comes to reading, or what can we do to get them at a certain level. We want to be that group that Black America looks to. So thank you for tuning in. We'll start again the next time we get together. We'll read chapter one. I appreciate you, and remember, we're always looking for volunteers to help us with our reading demands. And thank you very much.